Hi, I'm Emily McGackie, and I'm the artist behind Shop Emily M. I make fun digital illustrations that I apply to a bunch of different products like stickers, pins, and magnets. My business started out as a hobby that I would do after my day job. I would work on branding as a graphic designer during the day, and then I'd come home and I'd just want to draw for fun. I got into the Three Rivers Arts Fest in Pittsburgh, and it's this giant arts festival, and I knew I wanted to do the best job that I could, so I decided I would quit my job, and I ended up going freelance that year. And since then, it's been about 4 years, but it's just been continually growing, and it's so great because I get to draw and just make fun products every day.
Hi everyone, my name is Krista. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under the name Paolucci Art. I have been freelancing full-time as an illustrator. This is my 3rd year now. And the way I got started is, quite honestly, I just went for it one day. However, I had been thinking about it for years when I was in the traditional workforce. I could tell that no matter where I was working, all I could think about was that I wanted to be creating and I wanted to be making art. And that is what I was going to have to do if I wanted to be happy. So it came to a point where, to take care of myself and my passion, one day in 2019, I just took the leap, and I have honestly been learning ever since. I did not go to a traditional art school. I have been connecting and networking with other creatives in my field.
Hello, I'm Brenda. I'm a surface pattern designer and illustrator from Spain. I study fine arts and graphic design. I started my creative career designing shop windows and brands for small business. Creating corporate pattern was my favorite part of branding, so now I specialize in pattern design. I love designing patterns. For me, it's a perfect match between traditional drawing skills and design.
Hey, I'm Annie Howe. I'm a paper cut artist based in Baltimore, Maryland, and I create hand-drawn, hand-cut paper cuts for all kinds of businesses, brands, products, art projects. And I got started paper cutting because I was a shadow puppeteer for many years, and I cut out lots of silhouettes using an X-Acto blade and a pencil. And I started making paper cuts as gifts for friends and family because the materials were very simple and easy to get. Paper, a knife, and it really has grown from there into a full-time business, and I'm always working on fun, new, exciting projects, and I feel really lucky. This is actually hand-cut wallpaper behind me, which is something that you will see in the note issue tissue wrapping paper that I use when I send out all of my orders.
I'm Allison. I'm the creative director and founder of Field Trip & Co. in Toronto, Canada. So how did I get started in a creative career? Well, I was always that kind of kid that loved doing things that were creative, whether it was drawing, painting, cross-stitch, embroidery, sewing, whatever I could get my hands on that was creative, I was somehow doing it. And so it was only natural that in 1988, when I moved to Canada, that I enrolled at OCAD, which is the Art and Design College in Toronto. I specialized in drawing and painting and sculpture installation for 4 years. And then after that, wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So I went to a 1-year program at Sheridan College that was called Computer Graphics, and I learned everything from Photoshop, Multimedia Director, Cork Express, a bunch of programs you've probably never even heard of now. But that led to my very first job when I was 27, which was at a company that specialized in live events and CD-ROMs. And from then on, I've moved to large digital agencies and traditional agencies. And then 4 years ago, I started Field Trip & Co. and have never looked back.
Hi guys, my name is Fatima and I'm a freelance graphic designer. During COVID, I started to work from home and began to show my design skills on IG to build connections. My illustrative style grabs attention of many small businesses who then approach me, and that is how I decided selling on Etsy. These are some of the clients' projects I have worked on. Positive feedback from my clients always encouraged me to keep going forward. Hunting new fonts and spending on great mockups is my favorite thing in the process. I think it helps clients visualizing their brand come to life when we present the final design using mockups. In the end, I always keep my best projects on Behance portfolio to share with others. This is how I started my creative journey.
Hello, my name is Lucy Elliott and I'm a freelance graphic and branding designer at my own studio, I'm Lucy. I started my creative career about 15 years ago at art school, and then I worked my way up to internship at a fashion design accessories brand, and then I gave that all up to start my own business, Crichton's Chocolaterie, in 2010. At its height, my own business and brand had 250 stockists across the world, 2 shops and a chocolate factory. However, after 10 years, I decided that I really wanted to get back into design and work for a more diverse range of products. So I gave it up in the summer of last year to start my own freelance career. Since then, I've been lucky enough to have a really kind of broad range of clients, from beauty products to food brands to lifestyle products, and I've been able to bring my perspective of running my own brand over to my design work to create some really kind of clever and interesting concepts for my new clients.
Hi, my name is Mabel and I'm a surface designer based in Melbourne, Australia. How I got started as a surface designer, 5 years ago I had an Etsy shop, but I had to close it because I became a mum. After I reopened it, the shop was never the same, and there was no traffic. I lost a source of income, and so I had to pivot really quickly and find another way to make creativity into a career for me. And then I've discovered Bonnie Christine's immersion course, which is all about how to be a fabric designer and how to art license your work. And I took all that information and ran with it. Since then, I have licensed with companies like Spotlight, and this is my latest fabric collection with them. And heat bags like this. So I'm really grateful to be a surface designer, and that's how I got started.
Hello, my name's Kate Krego and I'm a freelance graphic designer and illustrator, and I live in rural Wanganui, New Zealand. I love the concept of creative freedom and helping other small to medium-sized businesses achieve the same thing through selling their product or service. So I first got started in the industry when I completed my visual communication design degree at Massey University in Wellington. And I've always been really passionate about illustration and design, and I wanted to use these skills to help others. So it was kind of a natural evolution to kind of become a designer. And then moving to rural Wanganui, I needed something that I could do remotely, and it just worked out perfectly, and it's really fulfilling being able to kind of help clients pursue their dreams.
Hi, I'm Leanne from Vanilla Haze, the design studio in New Zealand. I opened my business 10 years ago after a couple of roles in marketing and pre-press design for other companies, and basically started out with what I knew and who I knew, making and designing wedding invites for family and friends and creating personalised birth prints for other parents in our coffee group, and generally just saying yes to any creative opportunity that came my way. The business grew by word of mouth, and to this day, with a team of 5 now, it is still very much a key component in our marketing strategy. Following on from that, it quickly became apparent that to deliver the quality of finished work that I wanted to, I needed to connect with other industry professionals that were great at what they do too, such as suppliers of card and commercial printers. And while I liked doing a lot of that stuff by hand initially, it was a long process. So it now means that things are more streamlined and efficient, and the quality is far superior.
Hey, I'm Juliette of Juliette Meeks Design. I am a watercolor artist and surface pattern designer. So that means that I create watercolor patterns for my own product line, and then I also license my artwork to other brands for their products. And then I'm also an online teacher teaching other artists how they can do the same thing. So even though I founded my brand in 2015, I actually first started in my creative career about when I was 17 years old in high school. We have a lot of local art markets here in New Orleans, so I first started making jewelry with vintage postage stamps and then sewing handmade clothes. And then it evolved from there. I dabbled in graphic design and then finally to what I'm doing now today.